My name is Sunny, better known as Pius. I can help with surahs, so I can recite.
My name is Suhaila, memorizing surahs, reading the Quran, and practicing the Sunnah.
My name is Mommy, better known as Ummi. Islamic education is key to the family. We tune in every day to learn something new, and Sunnahfollowers is helping us, and it could help you too. Tune in every day for new programming. Stay tuned.
And much more.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. My Lord, get wet. Get wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. Get ready for our conversation deep and in depth. Obligations are serious and need to be met. So I prepare so I won't forget. Go ahead and make a good intention. Yeah, yeah. You can wrap up some good things. Yeah, make a donation to the side and go from left to make it right. Just remember and don't lose sight. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Layla Nashiba, the Managing Director and founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Actions speak louder than words,
Sunnah-following kids, come with me.
Gotta work hard to get to heaven. Treat the people good like the prophet would. Proper Aqidah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and Aqidah. Actions speak louder than words,
Okay. Ina alhamdulillah. Wassalat wassalam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Sunnahfollowers Kids program. But even though this says, we say that it's the Sunnahfollowers Kids program, the class is not just for kids, it's for adults too. And the book that we're studying from for this class is written for adults. It's not even a children's book. And alhamdulillah, this is a class that I highly recommend for the new shahadas because it's really just a watered down version of what we're learning in our 6:30 class. It's a simpler version as to what we're learning in our 6:30 class. So I strongly encourage all the new shahada adults to participate in this class, and old Muslims too, because you'd be surprised at what you really don't know or really don't understand about this religion. It's all about having the correct belief system. Without that correct belief system, you can forget about paradise. Uh, all your good deeds, all the good things you did in this world are of no importance if your belief system was twisted, if your belief system was tainted. And unfortunately, this is the problem that we see as dire from the Muslims today. Their belief system is just tainted. And I blame the internet for that, because that's what our topic is going to be about today. Social media, the internet. The internet has put the world at our fingertips. You don't have to travel to learn anymore. There used to be a time that people would have to travel to Medina to learn about Islam. Okay, well, that was in the Prophet's time. As Islam spread throughout the Arabian Peninsula, the different people around the world would convert to Islam, and they traveled to Medina to learn from the companions and from their predecessors. Okay, but subhanallah, from the people that came after them, exactly. They had to learn from the people, their second generation, the third generation. Exactly. Good job, Sister Amatullah there. Exactly. Right. So the people back then would travel. They would travel from Syria, travel from Egypt, even travel from Spain. They would travel to Medina to learn this religion. Now you don't have to do that. Islam is right there at your fingertips. If you got an internet connection, you have a computer or a cell phone or a laptop or iPad, you can learn. Everything is there. But this also comes with bad, negative effects as well, because you don't know what knowledge is correct. A lot of Muslims are learning from people who they think are teaching them correctly when these people are not. We have all these online so-called Islamic schools, and I'm telling you, 97%, and I will repeat it again, 97% of these online Islamic schools are nothing but garbage. They're just garbage. They're not teaching you the correct belief system, or they're not even focusing on that. They're focusing on the Arabic language, or learning how to memorize the Quran, or a theology. And by the way, just for my new shahadas here, theology, stay away from that. When you see a course that's called theology, stay away from it. That's usually a sign that these are some Mutazilai. These are some Sufis you're getting ready to learn from. Okay, because that's what happened. When Islam spread from out of the Arabian Peninsula, when the Persians, this is that hadith that I've talked about before with you guys, right before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, one of the companions asked him, they said, "Oh, Prophet of Allah, we're doing so well. Islam is flourishing." This is right after the conquest of Mecca. They said, "Oh, look, the Quraysh have converted. The tribes here are converting. We seem to be flourishing. Will Islam always remain in this state?" And then the Prophet became quiet. This is a Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam became quiet. He became quiet because he was receiving a revelation. And then suddenly he began to speak. And as and Salman al-Farsi, who was one of the original companions, happened to come into the courtyard. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam pointed to Salman al-Farsi. He said, "His people, either you will follow them or they will replace you." And the companions looked at who he was pointing. They saw he was pointing to Salman al-Farsi. He said, "Either you will follow them or they will replace you." And the companions didn't understand what was meant. Salman al-Farsi was Persian. He was from Persia, which is known as Iran today. But later, after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, and under the caliphate of Abu Bakr and Umar, as Islam began to spread throughout the Roman Empire, and then when the Muslims fought the Persians, and Islam spread to the Persians, that's when the companions that were still alive, they said, oh, this is what the Prophet was speaking about. And when we look at the history of Islam, we get to see what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam meant in that hadith that I don't hear no brothers mentioning today because they don't understand it either. Most of when Islam spread throughout Persia, the Persian Empire, that's when Islam started to become twisted, tainted. These are the people that played a big role in the murder of Uthman. May Allah be pleased with him. And the dissension amongst the Muslims, the Mu'tazila, these different sects and groups. Of course, Shiites and all of that too. Okay? Kharijites. But the deviant sects began to emerge from them. A lot of the Persians, they embraced Islam. They were Magians. They were pagans. They had been converted to Islam, and they mixed Islam with theology, with beliefs from the Romans, the Greeks, this theology. Okay, Ibn Sina and others. And also from the Persians, we had many of the four imams. How many of you knew that? A lot of people think that the four imams were Arabs. No, they weren't. They were Persian, except for one. Only one was Arab. The rest were Persians. We had some good people, too, come from out of Persia, like the four imams. What about Ibn Taymiyyah? Ibn Taymiyyah wasn't Arabic. He was Persian, too. Okay? He was a good man. We had Ibn Qayyim. We had Ibn Qathir and all of them. But we also had Ibn Sina and the deviants that came and destroyed Islam, mixed it up with the beliefs, the theology of the Kafirs. So that's what the Prophet meant when he said that before he died. No, we want Islam would never remain as it was during the time of the companions. It got worse. And like he said, his people, when his people convert to Islam, either you will follow them, meaning the four imams, meaning Ibn Taymiyyah and them who tried to keep Islam in its truthfulness alive. He said, or they will replace you. Meaning what we have today, all these Sufi sects, the Shiites, and all these other sects that the Persians deviated off into. So which one are you? Are you following what the Persians did to Islam, or are you sticking to what those companions had, that those four imams and those early scholars who were Persians tried to uphold? Okay, somebody take care of that. If you got a time out, Fatme. Fatme, you here? Fatme, are you here? Okay, so
it says that she's here.
Okay, well, evidently she's not. I'll just keep my eye on this. Okay, so alhamdulillah. So that's what that's coming from. That's why it's important to learn the history of this religion. Okay, because the correct belief system has become distorted, watered down. It started during the time of the companions, even during the time of the Prophet. The Prophet had to deal with the Kharijites. Okay. And it's become worse today. Islam has become strange. That's why and all because of this social media. You think that because a person has a PhD, that makes them a scholar of this religion. That's not true. PhDs don't mean anything. If anything, it means hopefully you can take care of your family, that you can get a good job and take care of your family, which is another problem. So your wife can stay at home and raise her children. But understanding of this religion, you can't buy it. You can't go to school for it. Allah gives it. Allah says he's the one that gives hikmah, and he only gives it to a select people. So most people with PhDs, I'm sorry, they're nothing, that don't make them no scholar of anything, not of Islam. Okay, so be careful of that. And I want you kids to go to school and get degrees, not to be no so-called scholar. You go to school and get a degree in engineering or a medicine or something so you can provide and maintain your family as a man, so that your wife who you marry can learn her religion and teach the children and homeschool her kids. And you sisters go to school, get degrees like in nursing and teaching and stuff like that, so that you can use it for your children, to enhance educating your children. Okay? All right. So this is what we're going to be speaking about today: social media and its dangers. Because everything that glitters is not gold. That's an old song from a non-believer who died a terrible death named Prince. Everything that glitters is not gold. I like that. Because this applies to the internet. Just because you go on the internet and you see a man speaking and he has 1 million followers and he has a PhD or the title sheikh or imam or scholar, and he got a beard and he say he's Muslim, that don't mean that he's leading you or calling you to paradise. 9 times out of 10, he's calling you to hell. 9 times out of 10, he falls on that other side of that hadith. They will replace you. He will replace you. Okay? So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. That's our topic for tonight. It's going to be about social media. And by the way, for my new followers, new students, for those of you who have not yet purchased this book, this is the book that we're studying from in this class. And the book is written by one of my students, Brother Daryl Abdullah Kirk. That's his picture. This is the book. The book is only $13. I strongly encourage you to go to Amazon and buy it. It's called Dunya, The Life of This World. And you can order it on Amazon. It's $13. Please buy it, guys. So much knowledge, is covered here. And so we're going to speak about social media today. Okay, let me see if I can make it larger so the people online. I have to keep my screen open so I can see what's going on in the Zoom room. Because sometimes we get kids that come in there, don't know how to behave. So I have to keep that open so I can time them out. Yeah, like school, time them out, Layla. Okay, can y'all see that? Okay, so social media, the internet, it has become a great instrument that enables us as Muslims to communicate with each other, no matter where we live in the world. It also becomes a great means of us to exchange information and spread awareness about our religion and our lifestyle. But it's essential for all of us to recognize that there's good in everything and there's also evil in everything too. So we have to know the evil that comes along with the internet, such as the distractions that it can lead to, the immorality that it leads to, the spread of incorrect information. Okay? There's a lot of bad on the internet, a whole lot of bad. And we need to be aware of it, because the internet, if not used safely and correctly for you as a Muslim, The internet can destroy your identity as a Muslim. So it's our duty to first of all check ourselves. Remember the importance. Allah comes first. This Prophet Muhammad comes second, and then yourself. How can you save yourself from the hellfire if you don't put yourself after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and before any other human beings on the planet? Okay? Because parents make mistakes. Your parents can tell you to do something that contradicts Allah. Husbands make mistakes. They can tell you to do something that contradicts Allah. Teachers make mistakes. But Allah doesn't make any mistakes. And the Prophet Muhammad made no mistakes when it came to this religion, teaching us the deen. Okay, so we have to teach, ourselves to, first of all, get the priority together. Our love for Allah should be first, then our love for the Prophet, and then our love for ourselves. I love me more than any other creature on this planet. Okay? Because how can I save myself from the hellfire if I don't love me? So we can use the internet if we keep that priority in effect. And also we have to know how to look for the good and stay away from the evil that's in it, especially when you're using YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. They got TikTok and all this other stuff out there. Okay? And also, one of the good things about the internet is if you are striving to be the best Muslim you can be, oftentimes you feel alone because you look around you in your community, the other Muslims are doing bad things. There are some girls who don't wear hijab. There are some men who don't wear beards. Look how many Muslims got boyfriends and girlfriends. There's some Muslims smoking marijuana, some of them chewing gumbies. So you're trying to be a good Muslim, and you often feel strange and alone because you look around you. Not only do you have the non-Muslims trying to call you to their lifestyle, but you got the Muslims too half-stepping. So another good thing about the internet is it makes it easier for us to reach out and find people like ourselves that we can communicate with and we can strengthen each other's with. That's why I keep that Zoom room open 24 hours. Whenever you're going through a problem, you can pop in that Zoom room and talk to me or talk to Anissa or whoever's in there, Sister Geechee, Layla, or whoever's in there and say, hey, I got a problem. Or you can laugh and kick it with us in the Zoom room. Women, even though we're in different cities, different parts of the world, we still share the same goal, which is paradise. So social media platforms like Facebook and stuff like that make it easier for us to communicate, to reach out and find people like ourselves so we don't feel so alone and so isolated. Okay, so that's one of the good things about it. Okay. And also another good thing is it makes it possible because of technology. You can sit at home and learn your religion. Once you find the proper sources, once you find and connect with the true people of knowledge, because that's the thing. The struggle, the jihad is to find the real scholars and connect to them. Because first of all, the scholars don't use the internet. The real scholars of the ulama, people like Sheikh Morsi and them, you ain't gonna find Sheikh Morsi running no streams. They ain't got time for that. They're too busy. They're too busy dealing with the situations of the world and trying to put out students like myself, in different languages that can convey the message. Most of Sheikh Morsi's students are from Pakistan. Now, they are in that part of the world. I am his American student. He'll tell anybody, Layla's my student in English, and she's the best. He tells anybody I'm his best student. Okay? He sends most of his people to me, but that speaks English. But so you're not going to really reach out and find no real scholars of the ulama wasting their time on the internet. They're too busy. But you can find people of knowledge, if you are sincere, because remember, Allah says, if you are sincere in wanting to learn the truth, he will guide you to the proper source. And then when you do reach that source, all you have to do is just have a cell phone and you can learn. Like me, I'm teaching you everything you need to know to get through the grade and to be a success in this world and the hereafter. Basic Aqidah, the laws, lawful, the unlawful, how to pray, the rules of fasting, how to get through Ramadan, marriage. When you do connect with the proper information, the proper knowledge, that's the good of the internet. You can sit at home and you got somebody you can always ask questions to, get your answers and all of that. Okay, so there's good in social media, but there's evil too. And we have to keep in mind what those evils are. Remember, Allah tells us, don't put ourselves in situations that will open the door to evil. And the problem is that as human beings, Allah created us and gave us a soul. And he tells us the soul is attracted to everything that's bad. The soul is attracted to everything that's dirty. So we have to make it a priority to use the internet in a way that not only protects our faith and helps us reach out to other like believers, or that means believers like us, but also at the same time, keep the door closed to that which can destroy us. And these are some recommendations that Brother Abdullah Kurt came up with, which I like, that will help you to not fall into that trap of the internet, the evil traps of the internet. He said, number one, establish priorities with your time. In other words, don't fall victim to wasting your time. Limit how much time you spend on social media. For example, you know what time my classes are. You want to be here at the 6:30 class every day. For the kids, that's the class you don't want to ever miss, is that 6:30 class. For the adults, you don't want to ever miss my 6:30 class, because that's always going to be Aqidah. And also, you know that at 9:30 is when I do another class. I'll either do the Qasidic Tafsir of the Quran to help you learn how to soften your heart and benefit from the Quran. Or on some days at 9:30, I'm teaching you how to pray the way the Prophet taught us to pray. So those are the two times that you want to never, forget, 6:30 and 9:30 every day of the week. Okay? Those are the classes of benefit. And then, be careful. A lot of you use the internet for playing games and stuff. You don't want to get caught up in playing games. Limit the amount of time. Okay? That you spend. Make sure that the time that you're spending on social media doesn't interfere with your other commitments in life, school, your job, your family, and all of that. And that's for the adults. Also, again, search for Islamic scholars who have a good reputation. And that's the problem. A lot of y'all are listening to people, and I hate to say it, most of these people don't have a good reputation. Most of the people on the internet are frauds. They don't understand the basics of this religion. They're innovators, deviators, etc. Calling you to something other than Islam. Okay, but when you do reach out and find a person that is truly knowledgeable of the religion, cling to that person. Cling to that person. Like the Prophet said, cling to the people of knowledge, because when they die, They take their knowledge with them. Then it can't be replaced. It can't be duplicated. Just like Sheikh bin Baz, he cannot be duplicated. Ain't nobody replaced him. Sheikh Uthaymeen, ain't nobody replaced him. Albani, nobody replaced him. Okay? The true people of knowledge, when they die, they take their knowledge with them. No, and even their students can't replace them. Not like them. Look what happened to the four imams. The four imams were men who tried to protect the sunnah of the prophet, and they tried to protect the understanding of the companions. But look what happened after they died. It was the students of their students that made up these methabs and made these men into things that they never said they were, and distorting these imams' views and stuff. So the students don't replace them. I'm sorry, the students make it worse. Okay? So when you do find the true people of knowledge, stick to them, cling to them. Don't let them go, and take all you can from them in their knowledge. Okay? Stay away from people who spread falsehood about Islam. When you see that a social media influencer has been proven wrong, then you stay away from them. That's how I tell my new shahadas. You see that somebody that you respected and thought was all that in a bag of chips, when you see that that person has been proven by other people of knowledge to be wrong, and their information to be false, to not be based on Quran and Hadith, then steer away from them. Don't go back to them. Steer away from them. You find out that they're teaching you, for example, it's okay to call upon your dead grandmother for help, to talk to the dead. You know, this is crazy. That's not Islam. You stay away from them. Okay? When it comes to matters of aqeedah, matters of belief, you don't need, life is too short to get caught up with people who's calling you to a belief system that contradicts what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came with. And again, when you do find good Muslims, try to hold on to them, because again, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in an authentic hadith, the greatest weapon that we have against shaitan is each other. So try to cling to the good Muslims when you do come upon them. And of course, stay away from that which is filthy: sex, drugs, rock and roll. Remember, the human soul is criminal by nature. Shaitan is going to try to pull you into the sex, pull you into the drug scene. When you kids are playing on Twitch, you know, be careful of those men and women that come on there looking for you to sell drugs for them. Oh yeah. They'll play Xbox with you. And then they're going to get close to you, and then they'll try to get you to meet up with them so they can tell you how to make fast money. You stay away from that. In fact, I would say distance yourself from all non-believers, period, too. You're not on social media trying to attach to non-believers. So stay away from the sex, the drugs, the filth, the music, and all that stuff that takes us away from Islam. Remember, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, do not follow the footsteps of Shaitan, because he will lead you astray. He will lead you away from the correct path. And also, Islam encourages us to enjoin what is good and forbid what is evil. When you see people doing bad things, stay away from those chat rooms. Stay away from those streams. Stay away from that. When you see people arguing, debating, cursing, and all of that, stay away from those streams. Okay? So now, this is the question for today. And I want all the kids to think of an answer. What are some things on the internet that you should stay away from? Or what type of videos and chat rooms, game rooms should you stay away from on the internet? Go ahead, Corday.
Stay away from dating apps.
Mashallah. Because see, the kids, guys, they know more about the internet than most adults do. They know the dangers. They know what's out there, and they know how to access them. Like he said, dating apps. Dating apps are everywhere. There's all kind of some of these famous speakers that y'all think are scholars got dating apps. They're not scholars. No scholar. We don't date in Islam. Just because a person says it's a Muslim dating app, it's still haram. We don't date. So anyone that offers you an app that's going to connect you to the opposite sex, stay away from it. Good job, Corday. Okay, Sister Anaya, what else? What's something else we should stay away from the internet?
Like girlfriends or boyfriends.
Exactly, and this is a big thing. You can be sitting in a Zoom room, just like mine, and next thing you know, somebody wants you to be their girlfriend. They're gonna send you a message asking you to be their girlfriend, asking you your age, sex, location. See, the kids know. You first of all report it. If somebody private messages you, report it to the person in that Zoom room so they can close up the chat box and kick the people out. And if it continues, don't go back there. Good job. Okay, Israel's kids, what's something else you should stay away from on the internet? And what type of videos and chat rooms should you stay away from? Israel's kids, go ahead.
Like Instagram.
Oh, yeah. We got to be careful. Go ahead.
Even TikTok.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's right. Instagram, TikTok. They put some bad stuff out. Bad videos, don't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad videos, guys. And then some of those videos are pretty graphic. Stuff that you shouldn't even be allowed to show on TV. They put stuff on TV that shouldn't be there. So be careful of Instagram and TikTok. Oh, yeah. Everybody got a TikTok account. Everybody got an Instagram account. Putting personal stuff on there. You don't look at it. If you see your brother posting up personal stuff like that on Instagram, make sure you report it to your mom and dad. Y'all understand that, kids? If you see your brother and sister posting stuff on YouTube and TikTok that's inappropriate, make sure you let your parents know so they can close their accounts. Good job. Okay, Sister Sabrina, what are some other things that we should stay away from on the internet and social media?
Things that we should stay away from on social media and on the internet, it really depends on who you are. So like a kid, you should like, it's like a show, then you should be watching like the trailer and see if it's okay for you. And if it's like a grown up, then you shouldn't be watching it around your children or like around, things that are not good. Or then again, you shouldn't just be on a dating app for everyone.
Exactly. You know what? Did y'all hear what she said about watching the trailers? A lot of people a lot of kids and adults too will say, I wonder if this is a good movie. Every movie has a trailer. Watch the trailer, and if you see the trailer's got sex, drugs, rock and roll, haram things in it, then that should tell you that the movie's not good. Don't watch the movie. And adults, like she said, we adults have to be careful too. Don't sit there and say, I want to see this movie, and it's got sex in it. I'm just going to fast forward it. Don't fast forward it. You're still letting your kids know that it's okay. I have to tell some of my relatives that. Don't fast forward. If it's got sex in it, don't watch it around the kids because you're making them think it's okay. As long as we fast forward the parts we don't want people to know we watch. Good job, Sabrina. Okay, Sister Amari, what's something else you should stay away from on the internet or in videos and chat rooms? Go ahead.
You should stay away from like Roblox, because people be crazy on there.
Like what? Do they
Like
on the chat line?
yes, on the chat and the video games too. Like every game you get on Roblox, they'll probably call and ask what's your phone number or what's your address or what's your address street.
I love that she brought that up because a lot of parents don't know. The kids go on Twitch and they play Roblox. Roblox is very popular. Even my nieces and my nephews play it. My niece told me that. You can be playing Roblox, and then next thing you know, they can call in or text and I'll play you. I like how you did. Let's play together. And a lot of these are adults looking for people to sell drugs. That's what I found out from my grandson, who's no longer living. My grandson, he was playing Roblox and Xbox on them Twitches, and that's how he ended up connecting and hooking up with those bad adults who pretend to be kids, and they're looking to pick you up to get you to sell drugs, or if you're a girl, to do human trafficking. The kids know it's we adults that are not intelligent. Okay, we need to be intelligent about stuff like this so we can save our kids. I wasn't able to save my grandson because I didn't know that stuff was going on. Okay, but I'm telling you guys, and he didn't even live to see the age of 21. Okay, so be careful when your kids are playing Roblox, and you have to be there with them, and put parental control. Don't let them play when you're not there, because these people come into their streams, and I'm telling you, the dope dealers, they're not looking for kids from the hood. They're looking from kids from the suburbs who come from good families who make money, because those are the kids that can sell for them, because the police ain't looking at them. Okay. So I really like how she brought that up. Roblox and all those games, don't let them kids play online without you being there with them to monitor. And when you ain't home, lock it up. You lose your grandson like I lost mine. All right. Okay, good job, Brother Diarmani. What's something else you should be careful of on the internet?
Like Facebook, because they be showing, they put bad stuff on Facebook, and they put inappropriate and sexy stuff with movies, and sometimes they call and they say, do you want to go to a party tonight with sex stuff? You should say no, because sex is haram for Muslims.
And I'm going to tell you, adults, how many of you women, you adult women here, hooked up with some dude off of Facebook? Facebook is very dangerous, because if you got your phone number listed, these men and women from overseas and everywhere else is going to call you your phone and tell you that they're going to marry you and all this. Look how many people end up dead off of Facebook, hooking up with some man, or like he said, they'll call the kids, meet me at the park. We hear about it every day in the news. Facebook, the kids get their phones ring, and these adults, meet me at the park. I'll be your girlfriend. I'll be your boyfriend. And you want to know what happened to your kid, why your kid is missing. A lot of those runaways that y'all see people posting up, 16-year-old girl disappeared. She met somebody on Facebook. She done ran away from home with some dude at the park. Okay, so we have to be careful, parents of social media. Don't put your phone number on Facebook. Cut off that messenger. That's what I do. I cut that crap off. These ugly, filthy people calling you, claiming that they Muslims and they all about the deen. Can you want to be my woman? And you end up dead or with AIDS, like some other sisters got. Or you marry some dude who takes you for a ride. Y'all better learn from these kids. Yes, go ahead, Sister Malia. What else should we be careful of?
The online games and gaming apps.
Yes, all those game apps, all those games, there's always a predator. There's always predators behind those games. Even me. Let me tell y'all, I like to play spades. I like to play spades and bid whisk online. You know, I play it online. Those are real people I'm playing with. But even when I'm playing spades and bid whist, they'll start messaging you. You lonely? You need anything? You're good. So I cut it all off. I cut off what it can. If I'm gonna play spades online or bid whisk online, I cut off that messenger crap. So if they, and I'm an adult. So imagine how your kids don't know that. They'll sit there playing spades with other people, and they getting the messages, and you know, they're children. They don't know what to do. They fall for the game. Yes, go ahead, Asma and Najma.
Websites that you think are games, but then they end up having like hacking your device.
You got to be careful of that too. Don't put your information on social media. You go click on a website, you know, thinking that it's a gaming site or they're selling something, and they end up hacking your computer. See, the kids know what's going on. It's we adults that fall for it. A lot of you older sisters, y'all computers get hacked all the time. Your checking account, bank accounts are hacked because y'all done fell for the scam. So, subhanAllah, there's a lot of things that we need to be careful of concerning social media. Like I said, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us there's good in everything, and there's also bad in everything too. As Muslims, you know, we have to be conscious of the evil and don't put ourselves in situations that's going to lead us down that long, twisted road to hell. Allah gives us the signs, He gives us the medicine. It's just that we don't take heed. Like He said, when will you take heed? All right. So I'm going to stop right here for today. This was a nice class for the kids. You guys did so well. And I apologize for starting it at 2:30, but I woke up late, and I had to do the PowerPoint plus take a shower and get ready for the rest of the classes. But alhamdulillah, I'm proud of all you kids. You gave some wonderful answers. I hope you adults take heed to what the children were saying. I hope you adults learn from what these kids said. And inshallah, guys, make sure you're here at 6:30, because at 6:30, I'm going to do my series on the angels. A lot of you have been asking me about the angels. So I'm going to start for the next 2 weeks, my 6:30 class is going to focus on the angels of Allah, what Allah has told us about His angels. So I'm going to log out for right now. Yes. Oh, yes, we have our exercise class at 4 o'clock. Then, in fact, that's in 30 minutes. You're right. I got to get ready. Yes, but that's special invitation only. If I don't know you, we're not letting you in, because I'm not going to let you people see me and my sister's working out and we don't know who you are. So that's special invitation. If I don't know you or can't trust you, you can forget it. You ain't coming in. Got to put some laws down. Right. Yeah, but that's at 4. Yeah, I know you joined. That's at 4, and then we got my 6:30 class, and the Sacred Bonds of Marriage is at 9:30. All right. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Bye, Mr. Saban.